man worked at a pickle factory, earning $5 for every rat he caught. But one day, the rats got their revenge. Thousands of them swarmed him, causing him to panic and fall into a giant pickle barrel. Before he could climb out, the factory was shut down. No one realized he was still inside. He remained trapped in that pickle barrel for an entire century. 100 years later, 2 young boys accidentally opened the barrel and woke him up. Amazingly, he looked exactly the same as he did 100 years ago. The news shocked the entire nation, but the man wasn't happy. The bad news was that his wife had died 80 years earlier. The good news was that he still had a living grandson. Overjoyed, he reunited with him and immediately asked to visit his wife's grave. The moment he stepped outside, he was stunned. He had never seen buildings so tall before. Cars looked like monsters to him. When they finally arrived at the cemetery, he was heartbroken. The graveyard had fallen into ruin, and his wife's tombstone was hidden behind a giant billboard. Mud and dirt dripped down onto it constantly. Furious, he demanded that the workers tear the billboard down. When they refused, he knocked one of them to the ground and was promptly arrested. His grandson spent all of his savings to get him released, but the old man still couldn't accept what had happened. He swore that one day he would buy the billboard himself and remove it. The problem was that he had no money. The only skill he possessed was making pickles, just as he had done a century ago. When he went to a store to buy cucumbers, he was shocked by the prices. Unable to afford them, he searched through dumpsters for expired, salty cucumbers. He collected old sticky jars, sliced the cucumbers into strips, added salt, and carefully packed everything into the jars. Then he waited for rainwater to fill them. Surprisingly, the pickles turned out great. He pushed his cart onto the streets, and people quickly became interested. Before long, his homemade pickles became everyone's favorite. Even social media influencers came to try them. He soon became an internet sensation, but his grandson grew jealous. The grandson reported him to the health department, and the pickle stand was shut down. The old man was hit with a massive fine. Fortunately, 2 loyal customers suggested that he hire college students to help run the business properly. So he hired dozens of interns, standardized the production process, and turned his operation into a fully legal business. His pickles became more popular than ever, and he became rich almost overnight. At last, he had enough money to buy the billboard covering his wife's grave, and finally fulfill the promise he had made to restore her resting place. If you're curious about what happens next, be sure to watch the full movie.